compare them against JDT, but they do have players like Bay, Pedro Enrique, Barros Kumar, who just sit sometimes in front of the defense, and also Serginho and Pedro Oliveira. These are players who have to step up tonight and try and replicate what they did in the Malaysia Cup by beating them here 2-1.
They've played three at the back, which has been pretty refreshing to note. I've enjoyed the way they've played. Muhammad doesn't start today. He's been a 100% starter so far this season. He loses his place, though, in goal to Kamarula. And even on the bench, the likes of Esvino, Tamalarasu, Nazrik Baharam, that's a good mid-season signing. So PJ City, good. They've got really something to build on for next season. Let's have a quick chat with the coaches. Andy Pender's caught up with both coaches before the match.
Thanks, Des. Yeah, I'm with Coach Luciano Figueroa. Coach, you talked to me about a winning mentality. Every time we meet, a winning mentality. But what is a winning mentality for your team?
For us, is the important thing to have a winning mentality, to always try to play the games to win, not to draw, not to try to have a good result. For us, the good result is 3 points, win the game. This is what the club is working many years, and this is very important for us.
And during the week, you see the hunger still in the players?
Yeah, of course. This is the most important. The players know, the players believe, and they want to win anywhere. So this is, for us, is very, very important. For the club, this is the philosophy of the club, so we have to follow that.
A tough game tonight?
Yes, it will be tough. Every game for us is tough. Of course, this will be because they will wait for us. They will sit back, and this for us is difficult, but we will try to do our best and try to win the game.
Good luck tonight, Coach. Thank you. Skipper of JDT, what have you worked on during the week, Harris?
Because of the rescheduling of the games, so I think it's a lot of recovery, getting the boys back to be fresh mentally and physically, and a little bit of tactical work. So I think we are up for it. We have 2 more home games here. We try to do our best and collect maximum points.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel fine. I'm all right now, so I'm ready to go.
What was wrong?
I was not feeling too well last week, so I was out for a couple of days. I wasn't ready in time for the game away in KL. So, yeah, but I'm fine now, so I'm looking forward to the game tonight.
Has the coach, the management told you that you must go unbeaten for the season?
I think that's one of the targets. I think after we won the league a couple of games ago, we came together and we thought what's next for us. It's another target, it's another record for us to aim for. So I think we believe that we can achieve, but it's going to be tough 2 games. But we have an advantage playing at home, and we're going to give it our best shot, and hopefully we can bring the record along with us at the end of the season.
Best luck tonight, Harris. Rajan, team manager of PJ City. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's an amazing achievement.
Yeah, amazing. This is the first year in the Super League. We consider it's best achievement as long as we're concerned.
But your form lately has been horrible.
Yeah, we will look forward for coming season, especially 2020. This season, another 2 games left. We're looking forward to a better position. Now in the 9th position. These 2 games, we're looking forward for some points to sit in a better position.
And it's always nice to come to stadiums like this at Larkin Stadium.
Yeah, it's a very memorable stadium. Last season, under capacity of MIFA, we managed to make a wonderful result there. So we're looking forward for the same result today and for a better position in the Super League.
Good luck. With Subra, captain of PJ City. Looking back at the season, Subra, you must be very happy.
Initially, we are happy that we're gonna stay back in a Super League, and this is our first season. So I think with the young team, we should be proud of what we have done so far.
But the form of late hasn't been as good.
Yeah, last 3 games we didn't do well, and last game was we played extremely bad, to be honest. But I think tonight we will be come back with a good performance.
You obviously got some experience here. You played here, so you can tell the younger lads about your experience.
Yeah, for this game, I think all the boys have to focus and they have to be disciplined to play against JDT because they are the eventual champion anyway. So I hope we will come out with a good performance tonight.
Okay, best luck.
Young mascots belting out the Nagara coup. It's always a great way to start a game of football for PJ City. All the pressure is off, although as Andy Penders was alluding to in his pre-match interviews, it very much is a case of a team not in good form. 4 defeats in the last 5 games for Petaling Jaya City. But Syed Adney, an opportunity to relax maybe just a little bit?
Well, I don't think they'll care too much about the result tonight. The most important thing is staying in the Super League, and they've got the Malaysia Cup to look forward to. So I think they'll want to try at least give JDT a fight. But at the end of the day, you know, what's most important is the Super League.
Hamdan Awang is the man in the middle. Khalid Muhammad Aris and Muhammad Farhan, his assistant referees, with Rizwan Razali as the 4th official. Nice big cheesy grins on the match officials. A little bit of the pressure off them as well. Although if there is pressure on anybody, it will be on Johor Darul Taksim, because you really, if you're this close to an unbeaten season, just 2 games away, both at home, you want to make sure you complete the job.
Well, I think the experience of last season, winning all 11 home games, will give them a boost. They have that experience. They know what to do. They know what to do to win games. Last 4 games, they've won all games, scored 12 goals. Has been scoring for fun at the moment. Diogo's looking to get that top scorer's position. He's one behind Kapar Sherman from PKNS, and tonight's a great opportunity to try and bag a few goals.
Certainly is. He scored a brace against Kuala Lumpur at the weekend, did Diogo, and he looked in fabulous form. The other thing, of course, for both of these sides is the little match of the Malaysia Cup coming up. Neither are involved in the FA Cup final, which will be on the 27th of July. So after these 2 games between now and the weekend, they then have a couple of weeks rest off, and that'll be great for them.
Yeah, it's a time to have a rest, recuperate, see what's going to happen in the Malaysia Cup draws, and once the Malaysia Cup draws are out, that's where they can see what is the gameplay, what are they going to look forward to. Game by game is so important in the Malaysia Cup.
That influenza bug has helped Johor just a little bit. They've given 1 or 2 extra games to 1 or 2 of the players who haven't normally been starting. Afiq Fazel, particularly thinking of, he doesn't start today. Haris Harun comes back into the starting lineup for the champions, the 6-time champions now. It is a remarkable record. As for PJ City, well, they're on an upward parabola as well. They were in the FAM League just a couple of years ago, and now they're maintaining relatively comfortably their place in the top flight and going to Johor without having to worry too much at all about relegation. Boys of Straits, as usual, will be out in numbers. As for Johor Darul Taksim, well, they show 5 changes, I should say, from the side that won 4-0 against Kuala Lumpur. Safai Rashid comes back after that influenza, as does Haris Harun. And Faraz Al-Malias, who was on the bench in that first game, he returns in goal for Izem Tarmizi, who was in splendid form. Denied Guillaume de Paul on at least 3 separate occasions Fadli Shas and Ashraf Najrul Haq, second half substitutes, both start for the visitors. As for Petaling Jaya City, look out for the strike partnership of Washington, Pedro Enrique and Serginho, with Bay and Barak Kumar in support of them a little bit further forward. Quick thoughts, quick predictions, Syed Adni?
Well, if I look back in the game against Kuala Lumpur for JDT, there was no problem for them. I don't see much of a problem tonight again. I think they'll steamroll over PJ City. But with PJ City playing 5 at the back, you never know.
They, you think, would call it 3?
Well, it's important that the wings back do get up and down quickly.
All set for the 9 o'clock kickoff. 2 good mid-season signings. Pedro Enrique, the number 29, and Washington, who'll take the kickoff. They've added a certain amount of firepower after the surprise transfer of Giancarlo Lopez to PKMP. But you look at the results since then, particularly the 5-3 win, coming down from 3-0 down against Terengganu. That was a game changer. That was a season changer for PJ City. A few seconds before kickoff. Referees keen to make sure they hit the 9 o'clock start, and it's PJ City, their first visit in the Super League to the Larkin Stadium. Anas Ramat down the right-hand side. Serginho just stepping in there as well. PJ City in the sky blue, Johor in the now familiar red and blue. And Fadli Shas, safety first from Fadli. He comes in for Maurizio. Pedro. Neat skills as Rajesh looks to get the cross in. From a good position. That's a disappointing ball in from Rajesh, who does get forward well down the right-hand side.
And they'll need to tonight if they're going to get anything out of the game, not just focus on the defending. They both, Aizul Ridwan and Rajesh, have to get up and down the pitch. Just coming back to what you said about PJ City beating Terengganu in Kuala Terengganu, that was the last time they won away as well. So, they don't have the best away form this season. They've only had 2 wins on the trot, 1 draw.
As for Johor, perfect at home, just perfect. And belted forward by Anas Ramat. Oh, that's a little bit short from Anas. Rajesh did just enough.
And that's what can sometimes happen to Anas. I played with him in Negri Sembilan back in 2016. He's a good, strong player, but when he has the ball, he makes too many mistakes because I think he's thinking too much. He's thinking, he's scared to make a mistake. And then the second one is when you have the ball too long, you're inviting pressure.
He was a mainstay for the Haramuda side that played in the Singapore S League in 2015. Lovely ball out for Washington Brandao. Just forced just a little bit wide, Washington. He's got Pedro in the penalty area and Bay. Rajesh with the forward run. Help forward, deflected away. That will be a corner kick for PJ City, who've come out here without any fear at the moment, Syed Adni.
Well, I think Devon will have told the boys, you've came here last season, Malaysia Cup, you got the win. I think you can replicate that. So he's told the boys, reminded the boys what you have done and try to do it again today.
You're quite right, that PJ City, I knew PJ City had recorded a win here. I'd looked up the league record, I'd forgotten about that fabulous win in the Cup last year. Anas Ramat is up for the Sky Blues. Oh, and it gets a long way. Diogo's unusual header. Anas can't dig it out, Serginho can. Helped forward by Subra. Onto Kunalan. Here's Safari Rashid. Leandro, who was outstanding all over the park against Kuala Lumpur. Fadli to Ashraf. Closed down Ashraf by Bay. And I've liked the positive start being made by the team in Sky Blue as Farizal is caught. Washington Brandao says, didn't touch you. Lucky Farizal is such a good player with the ball at his feet, Syed Adni.
Yeah, I've played with him as well back in the day for the national team. He's always been good with his feet. He's so confident, he can take on players, and just looking at here, not sure if he does get a touch that requires a foul.
Faisal that time making sure he hits it first time. Fadli. Ideal. He's the senior man at the back now, although Fadli Shas has won his fair share of international caps. It's a sloppy start as Pedro Enrique is in there. Haris Harron. And he blasts it into Pedro. That's a great run. Looking to the far post, that's a huge chance. Washington Brandao just couldn't convert. After Bay got there and Pedro had done some great work.
Barath Kumar, lovely ball into the box, and I think it's just that small little touch from Fadli Shaz where Washington just misses the ball. Not too sure if he got a touch or not, Fadli Shaz, but if you're in the box and the ball's right there, I think Washington has to at least put it on target.
Couple of a couple of real scares early on. As Faisal goes wide, finds Safawi, Kunalam. Sweeping past to Gonzalo Cabrera. Cabrera takes on Rajesh, still Cabrera. Oh, a body check on the edge of the penalty area. I think Subramaniam is saying, there's nothing I can do there, he's run into me. What's your verdict on that kind of challenge?
Well, although, you know, Cabrera's put the ball past him, Subramaniam's, he's just left his body there. There is nothing much he can do because Cabrera's that quick, but it's still a foul. There's no way he can get out of the way. You know, the body weight's already been there, and, you know, you've blocked him. It's a foul all day.
Well, Leandro Velasquez will fancy this, Safai Rashid will fancy this. Cabrera, they're queuing up here, because Diogo took a couple of free kicks from this distance as well against KL. Nazmi Faye's not even in the wall. Normally Hippie there. It is a veritable galaxy of stars.
I would like to see Safawi hit them. I think he's got good technique. He can curl the ball right over the wall.
First test for Kalamula, Al-Hafiz Matrawi in goal. Diogo 8, Safawi 29. Harris goes to the edge of the wall, takes a player away, and then there were two. Safawi 29. Diogo up and over the top. Well, an embarrassment of riches, but not the best strike from Diogo Santo.
Yeah, he gets nowhere near the goal of Kalamula. That's what I was trying to say. I'd like Safawi to take more free kicks, gain confidence, because he does have a great technique. Can whip it over and under the bar.
1-0 to Johor when the teams met in PJ earlier on in the season as Pedro wins another good header. We've had two Pedro Enriques. Pedro Enrique 2, I call him. As Elizao cuts across Safawi, and the elbow was very high for Elizao, and I'm wondering if he's done some serious damage to his own shoulder, the Brazilian. He's writhing in agony, and that's the kind of agony normally when you've dislocated a shoulder, and he's landed awkwardly, Syed Adni.
Yeah, he does put out his arm towards Safawi firstly, but as he's landing, you can see it's an awkward landing. You just hope he's okay to continue play. He didn't play in the last game where they needed him. And if he goes out, it's a big loss for PJ City.
He doesn't look comfortable. I've had a dislocated shoulder myself, so I know how agonizing it can be. And the way he's looking. And Kay Devon looks like he's going to have to reorganize. Because if those shoulders pop out, Syed Adni, it's not easy for them to pop back in again. Immediately, Subramanian has got to reorganize the defense.
Yeah, just here, just look at that landing. I think he accidentally steps on Safawi a little bit, and that was make the awkward landing. Hope the physios are experienced enough to take note of this situation. Sometimes if you have experienced enough physio, they can pop them in easy.
Okay, Devon and Benjamin Mora on the benches. Just arriving late. They've been on a pro diploma course in Kuala Lumpur, so a mad dash down to Johor. Free kick for Johor against the temporary 10 men. Safawi whips it in. Well dealt with by Washington. Safawi again, caught again, maybe being targeted. Safawi not at all happy. There's going to be a yellow card brandished here. And it's Barak Kumar who's being penalised. Serginho is saying he's got nothing but the ball. And hopefully we get a replay on that, because it looks a firm but fair tackle from Barak Kumar.
That's why you can see all the PJ City players complaining. They also think the same thing as you.
If aggressive, and in the current interpretation, anything overly aggressive can be seen as a yellow card. Leandro over the ball this time, and Nazmi Faiz Mansour. So many creative players in this Johor lineup. Elizao is back on the pitch, but favouring his left arm. He's got to pick up Diogo. Leandro into the wall, and driven in and safely through to Camarula, who drops down for his first save. 24-year-old former Felder player.
Well, it's important for a young goalkeeper like this, even though it's it's an easy ball to catch. It gives you confidence.
Kunalam loses out to Washington. Foul by Haris Haram. Very stop-start, which I think may well suit PJ City. And Serginho, how quickly he was on that ball. He fancies this one. Serginho, who started as a striker, has dropped more and more into midfield. Only got the one goal so far this season. And imports are judged on their goal side, Adney.
Everyone's judged on their goals if you're a striker. That's why we see so many players in and out. Some of them come with a bigger reputation, but and then when they arrive, you don't really see that same kind of play they used to have.
Bibam Kion leaves it for Serginho. Take two. Thinks it to the far post. That's cleverly done. And it's only just over Pedro Enrique. Nice idea. Nice fake on the free kick.
Yeah, I think that was a planned set piece where he fakes to go for the kick. And I've seen JDT, when PJ City have the ball, JDT look very unsettled. I think they didn't expect PJ City to give them this much pressure. We did hear from Luciano. He expected PJ City to come and sit back.
Trying to unsettle the champions. Trying to take something from Johor. This Larkin Stadium, a bit of a fortress, and the Larkin Stadium, although it will exist, won't be the home of Johor Darul Taksim for much longer. New venue in Bukit Indah is really, really coming on. Long ball played down the line, looking for Bokion. Not exactly flowing the game at the moment. Now it's Washington Brandao who's down. Adil. Safawi. Harris gives Farazal a mini worry. Farazal cool, calm. Haris Haram back in the starting lineup as Nazmi Faiz, who played on the right side of a front three against Kuala Lumpur and scored a gem of a goal. Here he is on the ball once again with a more accustomed number 10. Cabrera. I think this is more what Benjamin Moore and Luciano Figueroa are expecting. PJ just sitting back, 5 strung across the back, 4 in midfield. Touch for by Azel Ridwan. Serginho, though, was nearly caught in possession, but they couldn't play through Diogo.
You can just see Rajesh and Aizul, as soon as PJ receive the ball, they're on the run up forward. That's their plan. When they defend, they want 5 at the back to keep them compact, not give easy spaces, easy routes for JDT to go through. And as soon as they receive the ball, Aizul and Rajesh are straight up the flanks.
Rajesh ball in. Fadley with the headed clearance. 15 minutes gone, the game not really taken off. Serginho misplaces the pass just to sum up the mood. Johor not firing on all cylinders. PJ happy to make the game scrappy and make life difficult for their much more decorated hosts. Harris decides to go long, looks for Diogo. It's a nice option to have. Subramaniam is there though. Picked up by Azrif. Cabrera, quick feet, twice. Serginho though blocks off the Argentine. Washington against Fadley. Washington's ball. A little push in the back by Pedro Enrique. But they look nice and brisk and very bright on the breakaway.
Well, they're very positive, even from the kickoff. They've had the ball. They've been very comfortable when they do have it. They've caused problems towards JDT. The only difference is when JDT have the ball, they're more calm and have more options.
Leandro Velasquez. It breaks to Nazmi. Kunalan. Safawi in the middle. Well blocked by Azel Ridwan. Changes the angle of the attack. Azrif. Cabrera. Azrif, who's naturally right-footed, as Laver Corbinong or Shazwan Andik, both naturally left-footed, gives them a more natural width down that left-hand side. Bay. Farizal right to the extremities of his penalty area. Comfortably picks up from Pedro Enrique. It's man down over on the far side. Johor considering whether or not they should put it out as Harris eventually does the sporting thing.
I think that's Washington down.
It is indeed, again, the stop-start nature of the game. Probably more suitable to the visitors from PJ. Rearranged midweek match for Johor Darul Taksim, scheduled for last week. And they finish their campaign here against Terengganu on Friday, where the Super League trophy will be handed over to them for a 6th consecutive season.
This is the challenge again, I think, where it's between Fadli Shaz and Washington. Gets a big bright bump into the side of his body.
Sportingly given back. But 18 minutes gone and no real highlights to talk of. Harris. Cabrera. Closed down by Pedro. Good work ethic from Pedro, but it's broken to Safawi. Lifts it in, nice idea. And just nodded back by... Supra is still there. Elizao, I'm just seeing how comfortably Elizao is running. It's not too bad, actually, the Brazilian. I really did think it dislocated his left shoulder the way he was holding it before. Camarula's long kick skates right through, but prodigious distance they get on the ball these days.
And I think Washington or Pedro should, as soon as Calamula gets the ball, they should be higher, closer to the centre-backs. Because if he can kick that far, it puts them in a good area. Even if the ball gets headed out by the defenders, then the midfield can push up and collect.
Ideal. Nice space from Velasquez. Diogo. Offside against Diogo Santo. On the screen, you only see Diogo Santo when he's on the ball, but when you're at real time with him, his movement off the ball, just little 5-yard runs here and there. Mesmerizing to watch Diogo.
Just very simple play from him. He knows he doesn't have to run left to right, up and down. And he did apologize to Kunalan. Diogo was in an offside position. Kunalan was on the run.
Azrif's throw. Harris. Just 1 or 2 sloppy passes from Harris. It's found the man, but it was 5 yards behind where it should be. Johor certainly not firing at the moment. Bay. Down the line to Washington. Bay gets the return ball from Pedro. Coming over is Fadli Shas. Nice sweeping from Fadli. And cleverly wins the goal kick. The strength and depth in this Johor squad is quite remarkable. On the bench, Adam Noor Aslin, Shazwan Andik, Hazwan Bakri, Shamakuti, Aki Rashid, Izam Tarmizi. Only really Hizbullah Abu Bakar, you might consider, wouldn't be a regular on any other club. Azrif. Ideal has to start again. Pitch as usual at Johor, looking pristine. Diogo. Caught by Elizao. Velasquez and Harris. Velasquez. Again, Diogo's little movement off the ball. Well seen by Elizao. Washington. Lovely flick from Washington. Bay inside. Pedro outside. Washington carries on his run. Harris just tidies up.
That's where JDT need to be careful not to let Washington get behind the defence. He is quick, he is strong.
Nazmi. Anas Ramat steps in. It was just clipped by Nazmi Fires Mansour, Anas Ramat. Once again, a PJ player is going down. Diogo leaves it to Velasquez. Velasquez tries to shape it into the top corner. He scored a similar goal against Qatar at that end.
Yeah, I can see his intentions there, trying to curl it round Kalamula. Doesn't get the dip he wanted. He had the space and time. Why not?
Anas Ramat, fit and well. This is Larkin, says the sign. Camarula pushes long. Again, Harris is the man who's in control in midfield. Helped out by Azrif. Serginho's header. Bay hooks it on. Farizal. Good confident goalkeeping from Farizal Marlias. Decided early. It was his ball to take. Azmi Faiz. Kunalan. Diogo trying to slip in Safawi. But it's smothering defence from PJ City.
Yeah, they're not allowing any space for JDT to get through them. They always keep it tight.
Nazmi. Cabrera. So often the man who can break the deadlock. Gonzalo Cabrera. Bay. Flag would have been up for offside against Washington Brandao. But it's not a thriller, gotta say that. PJ City can take the credit for that. Harris sweeps it wide. Cabrera. Azrif outside of him. Azrif left-footed cross for Diogo, who was just eased away by Hazel Ridwan. That's really good defending. And Kunalan wants either a free kick or a corner, gets neither.
It's a good ball in. Just see the tackle from Aizul on Kunalan. Doesn't touch the ball. Linesman doesn't think he touched Kunalan. This again from Nazrif. Good ball in. Aizul does enough to put off Diogo. Calm things down at the back.
It's really good defending that by Hazel Ridwan.
And just see how he got up and straight away put pressure on Kunalan.
Rajesh. Anas. Hazel Ridwan. Very willing runner is Pedro, and he's got there ahead of Ideal. Still going. Washington Brandao. Washington again. Good ball out to Bay. Delicious ball from Bay. Pedro couldn't get there. Diogo slips it into Harris. Diogo on the run. Serginho in pursuit, but Diogo deceptively quick. Asks a lot of Cabrera, who gets there. Rajesh closes him down. Cabrera's cross. Cleared by Subramaniam, the former Johor player. And that'll be a foul against Harris Harron. No yellow card. Well, I can't think of another game where we're approaching half an hour and Johor have not had what you would call a clear sight of goal.
Other than that deflected shot early in the game, this is the tackle from Harris. Just touches his knee from behind. Nothing malicious. But yeah, usually after half an hour, we already see at least 3 or 4 shots on target. Test the goalkeeper. Kamalula hasn't been tested.
Pedro to Washington. Washington just runs into a forest of Johor players, but it will be a corner kick for Washington Brandao and PJ City. Longer this stays at 0-0, the more our minds will think back to that Malaysia Cup win for what was then MIFA. Kapar Sherman really coming to the fore in that game. Five in the penalty area. It's against the post. Cleared. What a fabulous header from Washington. Farizal got a touch, but Washington Brandao's header nearly giving PJ the lead.
I think Farizal gets the slightest of touches, pushes it onto the post, and Fadli Shahs has to clear.
Well, all the best chances have come from the men in blue. Bae-Byung-Byun to curl this one in. Washington near post, Farizal half clears. Nazmi can scamper onto it. Diogo. A choppy stride of his. Chopped down by Elizao. Now that's 3 fouls by Elizao. 2 on Diogo. And while it wasn't a bad foul, accumulation, anything more than 4 or 5, you expect to see a yellow being brandished. Leandro Velasquez. You're watching the Liga Super Malaysia. Match number 20 of the season. 21 of the season, I should say, for Johor Darul Taksim. They've already won the league, but they're chasing a second unbeaten season as they prepare for the Malaysia Cup. Well, that's cleverly done from Elizao. Centre-backs doing Cruyff turns. Barakumar. Back to Azal. Here's a Rizwal down the line. Nice header from Ideal. Harris. The Singaporean very much at the fulcrum of this Johor side. Diogo into space. Tracked by Anas Ramat. Little tap on the back of the ankles. Diogo goes down. Anas says, come on, ref, barely touched him.
That's where some defenders need to do better. You know, they've got their back towards goal. He's not going anywhere. The worst case scenario, he's going to pass it back. You don't need to foul. Now you're putting yourself under pressure.
Cabrera and Safawi. I've got Ideal, Fadli, Diogo, Harris. All big men in the middle. Nazmi and Velasquez waiting on the edge of the penalty area. Safawi's ball in is dealt with by Pedro. Harris tries to keep it alive. Serginho into port. A little nutmeg from Harris. And then it comes off the Singapore skipper. A nice piece of skill there from Harris Harron.
But that's one thing you'll see all night from PJ City, the way they defend. If you beat one, they say, okay, I'm coming again. They've always got cover, even though one's beaten. And that's what's making it so difficult for JDT to penetrate.
Fadli's header. Played back awkwardly. Subra hoists it forward. Barakuma, sliding tackle coming in from Velasquez. He's on the ball once again. Nazmi sweeps it out to Safawi. Kunalan on the move. Pass and move very much the Johor way. Smother and stifle the PJ way.
It's like PJ traffic.
No, there is some movement. There's Harris. Finds Velasquez. Harris again, but you look at the two lines of sky blue. Diogo feeds Gonzalo Cabrera. Cabrera blocked by Elizao's back, I feel. And then Serginho gets it through to Bay as Kunalan and Harris mop up for JDT. Velasquez. Diogo. That time, Subra. He agrees with the referee's decision. And Awang, though, saying there was another clip on the back of Diogo, who's been clobbered 3 or 4 times now.
Well, just so impressive how Diogo always holds up the ball. He forces defenders to make the tackle.
Terrific first season for Johor Darul Taksim, signed from Buriram, as Velasquez and Nazmi just try to orchestrate something here. The precious little so far to entertain the fans. Nazmi's ball, again, it's cleared by Pedro Enrique. Done a good job defensively. Kunalan, Azrif. In the centre of midfield, Barakumar and Baebyom Gyun really working terrifically hard alongside Serginho. Bay, and here's Ridwan, wins the throw-in off Velasquez. So I'm assuming if you're K. Devon, you're thrilled to bits, side Adney, but Benjamin Mora, Luciano Figueroa.
I think they'll be thinking they can do a lot better with the movement of players. They need to get more players forward. I think Azrif and Kunalan, both of them need to go higher, because you always know Harris is going to be there covering them. And the way PJ are defending, you know, they've just said, we're coming here and you shall not pass.
So Figueroa got it right pre-match. There have been 1 or 2 raids, though, and the best chances, let's not forget, it's PJ who hit the post. It's PJ who forced Farazal into some late action as Washington brand out.
But you just see here, as soon as they get the ball, players are just running forward as quick as they can. And then when they lose it, they just pack the defence.
Rajesh quickly taken free kick as Fadli Shas is yellow carded. Rajesh into Azrif. Third chance for the cross from Rajesh, doesn't take it. Serginho. Bay fancies the shot, and Bay pings one just wide.
It's a good opportunity for PJ. Bay's got a good left foot. Can hit them from there.
26-year-old Korean, signed from Hanjong University. Sorry, signed from ATM, but a graduate from Hanjong University as a youth. It's Harris, goes out to Fadli. Patience the key for JDT. Maybe need to move the ball a bit quicker, side, Adney.
Yeah, the tempo's not up to their standard at the moment. They are moving the ball, and then the players' movements need to be better. Passes have to be quicker.
Washington Brandao, brought down by Leandro Velasquez. He joins Fadli Shas in the referee's notebook. This is going right to plan for PJ City. Second yellow card for Johor Darul Taksim. Referee disappearing away from the scene just to check with another injury as we look again at Washington. Direct running, and that's a little bit cynical from Leandro.
Referee got it right, and the decision to give him a yellow card.
Referee now back in play as Serginho and Baby Gun just try and work this one out. Wait for the whistle, says Hamdan. Serginho's right foot, Bay's left foot, 4 in the penalty area. And it's Serginho. Tried to lift it goalkeeper's side, but that's rather wasteful from Serginho. You saw the intention. Strong tackle from Rajesh, wants the throw in, gets the throw in. Serginho. Serginho, lovely ball. Hazel Ridwan on the charge, 2 in the penalty area. Hazel can only pick out Fadli Shas. Bay on the edge of the box, he's clipped by Leandro. Another free kick, this in a much more central area. PJ City are causing real problems for Johor.
Yeah, with only 5 minutes to go, they would want to go into half-time with the goal. Try to nick one. Got opportunities they've created. They've been positive throughout the match.
Little words of encouragement from Pedro Enrique for Barakuma. It does look like he's lining this one up, Barakuma. Barat, lifts it up, and Farizal dropped the ball. And I think it's Pedro Enrique who was a whisker away from punishing the Johor goalkeeper.
Yeah, it was important that Farizal kept his focus. Didn't do well on the first one, but went for the second one really quickly to gather.
Hazel Ridwan through the back of Safawi, who has become a marked man. Nazmi, Velasquez, Safawi. Haris Harun drives forward, gives the ball away. Barakuma on the breakaway, looks to his right. Just delayed the pass a little bit too much. The flag stays down, and there's a big chance. Pedro Enrique, deflected. Washington, second chance. Didn't hit it first time. Washington again, clear by Ideal. Bay looks for a handball. Corner kick, but Baby Gun is adamant that there's a handball in the penalty area. Syed Adney.
Terrific pressure from PJ City to putting on this JDT defence. I think Washington, the first try, he has to take it quicker. Took too long. And the second one from Pedro took too long. Gave them a chance. But we could see that the first time.
The header across the face of goal, and again it's just away from Pedro Enrique. It is goalless, but PJ City have hit the post, squandered a couple of big opportunities, and really should be in the lead side, Adney.
Agree with you there, Des. 2 big chances. One from Washington, takes too long, gets a nick from JDT defence. I think it was not Azrif, and then Pedro. Clear opportunity. Has to do better, has to be quicker. You can't be slow against a JDT side.
Farizal clears. Johor's unbeaten record is in jeopardy. Make no mistake about that. Their only defeats so far have come in the FA Cup against PKNS and in the AFC Champions League. Diogo beaten to it by Barakuma. And Diogo gets up rather gingerly. Nazmi into the referee. Diogo's done well. And then Elizao is first in. Nazmi, long-range shot from Nazmi. And it says a lot that after 44.5 minutes, a 30-yard shot is as close as Johor have come to a goal.
Just there, he got some space, Nazmi fires, doesn't get a good connection, doesn't get the accuracy. But we could say maybe JDT have had most of the ball, but I think PJ City have been better.
Two minutes to add on at the end of the first 45. Camarula's probably coming into the game thinking, what's all the fuss about first team football?
He's barely touched it.
Washington just nicked off him nicely. Harris. Nazmi. Ball into the feet of Diogo, but Hazel Ridwan is right there. Elizao in support. Pedro. Wins the throw-in off the feet of Nazmi Fires Mansour. So how do you sort it? Because clearly PJ City 5-4-1 defending, but pushing bodies forward, 4 or 5 players quickly breaking through. What's Johor's strategy?
Well, I think they just have to get the ball moving quicker. Players on the wings. Cabrera hasn't really been involved. Safawi, we rarely say he hasn't been involved. I think these are 2 players where capability on the ball. Cabrera with his dribbling, Safawi with his service. He needs to get involved, get the ball in the box. We haven't seen Diogo have a clear-cut chance or anything that has been put in the box. Where are the crosses? Well, credit to PJ. They've defended well, they've gone forward. They haven't come here to sit back.
A nutmeg from Hazel, and he's the one who's chasing, and Farizal had to be alert because Hazel Ridwan was the only one mentally turned on in that situation. This is very unlike Johor.
We say they haven't recovered fully from the influenza.
But they were so dominant against Kuala Lumpur. Hazel's ball. Nazareth back to his goalkeeper. Half-time whistle goes, and it is PJ City who will come off at the Larkin, more satisfied than Johor Darul Taksim with the goalless scoreline, and it could, maybe should have been better. Half-time at the Larkin. Johor Darul Taksim 0, PJ City 0. Highlights coming up almost immediately. PJ City in the sky blue visiting the Larkin Stadium and really giving the home side a problem or two. Washington Brandao just denied by the merest touch from Fadli Shas. Up at the other end, a free kick from Diogo flies over. But they've largely been blunt, have the Southern Tigers. Or toothless, to be more precise. Long-range effort, again going over from Leandro. But no save of note has had to be made by Camarula in the goal. Diogo just eased away by Hazel Ridwan. As Johor have had much more of the ball without being able to create clear-cut opportunities. And while they've struggled one end up at the other end, closest we've come to a goal was that header up at the far post. It's Pedro Enrique, touched onto the post, I feel, by Farizal Marlias. Which really is a very good save. Little nutmeg from Harris Harron. As a rare highlight, but Barakuma forcing a stumbling save from Farizal, who has to react quickest to deny a clear chance for Pedro Enrique. And PJ, although they've come to have bodies behind the ball, up at the other end, have created some good moments, of which this was one. And they've created arguably the best chance of the game as well. Up the other end, another long-range effort, that one wide from Nazmi Faiz Mansour. That came in the 44th minute. Hits it well, but at half-time, it is goalless. Plenty of work for Benjamin Mora and Luciano Figueroa to do in the Johor dressing room. PJ City holding on quite comfortably here at Johor. It's goalless.
Syariah Azri, tandukan dari Khairul Amri. Peluang kali ini untuk Felda United. Akhirnya jaringan berjaya dilakukan. Khairul Amri di situ meraihkannya untuk jaringan pertama Felda pada malam ini. Baik untuk Josh Nisha. Peluang kali ini Josh ni meninggalkan untuk Khairul Amri. Untuk Syariah Azri sekali lagi. Syariah Azri! Satu gol yang cukup baik dari pemain muda ini.
Welcome back to the Larkin Stadium. Some of the top goals there from matchday 20 in the Liga Super Malaysia, as well as a little bit of fun on the PJ City training ground. Tonight, no goals in the two games so far, both rearranged matches. Johor Darul Taksim 0, PJ City 0 here at the Larkin. A little bit further north at the Stadium Hang Jebat, it's Malacca 0, PKNS 0. No relegation, no promotion, no title battles at stake and perhaps being shown in the scorelines tomorrow, though. Relegation very much at stake for Felda United. They'd love to get something against their Pahang neighbours. Best chances in this game have fallen to Washington Brandao. This one at the far post, just denied by the leg of Fadli Shas.
That's a good run from Bharat Kumar, and he sees where the space is in the middle of the box, puts it through, and Washington doesn't get a touch where he'll be disappointed that he didn't.
And Washington would have other chances as well. In fact, it was PJ City who arguably had the best chances of the game here at the Larkin Stadium. A couple of long-range efforts from JDT, but an effort here against the post. And does Farizal get a touch? That's my question to you as a goalkeeper.
Well, if we look here, it's a good header. I'm not too sure if he does get a touch or not. If he does, it's a great touch to push it onto the post. JDT, after that, Fajli Shaz gets it clear, but I think there has to be more pressure on the striker there.
Well, they were the best chances of what was, in all honesty, a lacklustre first 45 minutes. Not the best advert for the Liga Super Malaysia. We have got the little match of the Malaysia Cup looming and the Shopee Piala FA Final on the 27th of July. That promises to be a thrilling occasion, as does Johor's match against Terengganu here on Friday, which will be something of a celebration as Johor celebrate their 6th title, and the trophy will be lifted on that day as well. That will be a bit more of a party. At the moment, though, Johor have got to make something happen, Syed Adni. It's very un-Johor-like, a little bit lackluster, few more mistakes than we're used to, and certainly going forward not as strong.
That's not the tempo we usually see from JDT. I think Luciano and the coaching staff will go in there, tell the players, you need to move the ball quicker, you need to get in behind the defence. But it has been difficult for them because of the way PJ City defend. I think both midfield and defence, they work together very well. They're very communicative between them both. As soon as one player gets beat, there's another player to cover them. So every time JDT try to go forward, it's been very tough. We've only seen one chance from them so far.
Would you be tempted, if you were Benjamin Mora, to make any personnel changes yet at half-time?
Well, looking at Safawi, he hasn't been really involved. If he doesn't get too involved in the second half, first 10-15 minutes, I think a player that could come on and change the game is Akia Rashid. With his pace, with his dribbling skills, his ability, he can get behind and dribble probably Aizul, or if he goes onto the left, Rajesh on the right.
As for PJ City, I'd be amazed if there's any changes for them, because they've been a rigid 5-4-1 defending, but going forward, Pedro and Washington have really been able to get forward quickly, as has Baybom Kyun and Bharat Kumar as well. They've looked really sprightly and really good on the breakaway.
Yep, as soon as they get the ball, they're all sprinting up. I've been impressed with Aizul and Rajesh on the wing backs. They've been very quick getting up and helping in defence. You know, that if they want to continue that, they need that fitness, those high fitness levels.
Later arrival to the huddle for Johor. And there is a side who know what it's like to win here under the MIFA tag last year. They won in the Malaysia Cup by 3-2. Thrilling occasion it was as well. But Johor unbeaten at home. Unbeaten at home for a long time in the league anyway. And they won't want to, certainly won't want to lose their unbeaten record as Diogo prepares to kick off in this second 45 minutes. Johor in their traditional red and blue. PJ City in their more recent sky blue. Johor it is who get us underway, and maybe a little bit of attacking intent as Cabrera is involved. He hardly got involved either. Gonzalo Cabrera, when he's quiet, really is a strange Johor performance. Let me give you the lineups very, very quickly. Farizal in goal. A back four of Kunalan, Adil, Fadli and Arif. Harris in the heart of midfield. Nazmi and Leandro ahead of them as Diogo chases. Cabrera, Safawi wide, and Diogo is the leading striker. As Serginho plays the ball out wide to Rajesh. Hoists the ball up forward. Pedro Enrique or Washington Brandao take it in turns as the lone striker, with the other one just tucking in to make it that 5-4-1. Diogo's foul. Subramaniam back in the first team. He had a really bad injury in the first game of the season, Subra. And with his recent record of injuries, you worried whether or not that was his career. So it's great to see him back in the starting 11.
Well, he's always a willing player to get into the recovery, try and get back to full fitness. But his whole career has been damaged by injuries. First it was the ankle, and then it's his knee, either a hamstring.
So often find that once one goes, you're compensating with the rest of your body. Which can't work it out. Lovely spin and turn from Velasquez, who's just tugged back by Serginho. Even the boys of Straits a little bit lackluster at the start of this second half. They were in fine voice in the first. Push in the back by Elizao on Safawi. You say he hasn't been involved, but every time he's got the ball, he's got a blue shirt right with him.
I think that's why he hasn't been that involved in the game, because he's been marked closely. They know he has quality. You know he has the ability.
Velasquez. More stop-start stuff as Velasquez is penalised. He thought that he was fouled. Subramaniam having his word as well, and this second half has started off very much as the first half did, a little bit stop-start, which you can only feel suits PJ City.
Yeah, they'll favour that kind of play even more. Won't cause them too much trouble. They can get back into positions.
Couple of cool backward headers by Ashraf Najul Haq, who's found it difficult to dislodge Kunalan on the right side. Interesting that he's got a start, Ashraf, at left back when Shazwan Andik is on the bench. Shazwan started against Kuala Lumpur, but did come off with an injury, and Ashraf took his place. Serginho helps it forward to Bay. Rarely gives the ball away, does Baybom Gun. Elizao. I was going to say coolly done, but it was coolly done to put the ball out of play. Kunalan showing his frustration as Hazel Ridgwan just held on to it. Harris. Johor have got to be patient, got to believe their chances will come. Ashraf. Ideal. Maybe he should drive forward. Picks out Nazmi. Again, you just look at that PJ City and the two lines. The front two are just pushing on at the moment. Bae Bum-gyum joins them. Diogo just clipped by Barakuma.
I'm very impressed with how PJ City have defended. That's why things like this happen. They go double on Diogo. They know he has the ability on the ball and also has the ability to pick out one or two players. They need to maintain this the whole second half. They've done so well in the first half. They don't want to lack in any way focus.
Cabrera gives the ball away. Serginho. You feel there's a shock on the cards here because the flag has stayed down. Washington Brandao squares it. Oh, and wide from Bae Bum-gyum. Oh, Washington and Pedro in heated debate, but the best chance of the game.
Yeah, Bae got himself into a very good area. Didn't get the touch he wanted. We saw it in the Malaysia Cup. He scored a fine winner, curling shot past Farizal.
Well, they've hit the post. Washington's had a big chance. Pedro there's had a big chance. Sorry, Bae had the chance, my apologies.
Just a bit of a heavy touch. Not sure if what he wanted to do was it he wanted to touch it and then take the strike. Did he just misplace his feet as the ball came to him?
But it's a 2-on-1. You don't get many 2-on-1s at the Larkin Stadium.
Leandro has to be a bit more careful. The tackle on Serginho. He's already got a yellow card.
Seven minutes played in this second half, and it's very, very similar to the first. Barakuma skates away from a couple of challenges. Nazmi's there, but it's picked up. Another foul. Again, Pedro Enrico goes down very dramatically. He's gone down so dramatically so often. You wonder if he's crying wolf.
Well, Kunalan does clip his feet. Not sure if Pedro Henrique needs to do that. He does get up, runs off comfortably.
Played back in, Adil. Only finds his goalkeeper Farizal. Got to go back to February 2017 to the last time Johor didn't win a league game here. That was a 0-0 draw against Selangor. That's 2017. As the cross comes in, you've got to go back to the 7th of April 2012 to their last defeat in a league game here. That was against the Singapore Lions 12, who are no longer part of the league. It is just an astonishing run of home games in the league.
That's just different class, isn't it? Since the reforming of JDT, haven't lost at home. 6 titles in a row. Won the AFC, got in the Champions League. It's remarkable.
28 consecutive league wins here. Washington, offside. Just continuing that streak in the league. 82 league matches unbeaten for Johor here at the Larkin Stadium. Why are they leaving? Well, you know why they're leaving, but why would you leave if a record like that? Fadley.
Well, if they continue to get the best players, and even if they move into a new stadium, new atmosphere, facilities will be top-notch, the pitch will be class. I think they'll just continue what they're doing.
PJ City, though, I think they have a real chance here. This is a chance for PJ City. They've created good openings. They're frustrating Johor. Velasquez is having to drop deep. Nazmi is switching left, right, centre. Cabrera rarely involved. Velasquez through to Diogo. Little tug back on the shoulder of Diogo by Elizao. Subramaniam furious. Benjamin Mora pacing the technical area. But this is a good opportunity. Safawi picks up the ball. Free kick for you, Adders.
Well, you can just see Elizou, he does clip Diogo from the back. I think he has to be use his experience more. He's in a dangerous area. There's no need. Diogo's got his back towards the goal.
Cabrera is 11.
I think Safawi's going to take it this time. More his territory.
It's very central. 6 in the wall, covering the goalkeeper's right. Is he brave enough to trust his wall and defend his own side? Big moment, 57 minutes gone. Cabrera pushed away and wide from Fadli Shas. Good save on his side.
Yeah, Cabrera got power, got accuracy. It was very good from Kamalula. And then the rebound from Fadli Shaz. Well, that's why he's not playing up front, isn't he?
To be fair to him, it's on his weaker right foot.
Well, really, the only clear chance that JDT have had in the whole game. PJ City have had more chances.
Looks like Tivandaram is going to come on for Barakumar. That's a like-for-like change in the heart of midfield.
Well, Barath Kumar, he's worked his socks off. Devon finally thinks he needs a rest. Tivandaran needs to do more or less the same kind of job. He's got more energy.
First involvement is to concede a free kick against Nazmi Faiz Mansour.
He's a good player, Tivandaran. When I was playing for Penang back in 2017, he was from the President Cup. Very energetic.
Former Malaysia international side, Adni, alongside me in the commentary box, analysing this defiant PJ City performance as Diogo is just beaten to it by Anas Ramat. Serginho, he can hoik that down the line and get the rebound off Diogo. Rajesh onto Washington Brandao. Breaks to Rajesh. Throw-in will go the way of the home side. Subramanian belts it forward. Here's Kunalan. An hour played. Nazmi. Kunalan. Hazel Ridwan chases him back, forces him back, and then retreats. Fadley. Long straight ball which Diogo meets, but that's difficult for the centre forward to deal with. Although he gives a thumbs up. Harris. Kunalan drives forward. Safawi. Leandro. Diogo. Still Diogo. Nazmi out wide. Diogo. Serginho first there. Pedro Enrique. Loses out. Harris Harron. Singapore international. Starts the move once again. Nazmi fires Mansour. Kunalan. 3 in the penalty area. If Kunalan can get a cross in, or Nazmi. Nazmi is blocked off by Hazel Ridwan, but will win a corner kick for Johor Darul Taksim. Babion Gum goes down. Edge of the penalty area. And again, the cynic might suggest that this is tactical, just to keep the game slowed down.
See a little bit of a reaction from Bay, holding his left shoulder, got the ice on it. PJ will be wanting him to stay on the pitch, continue the game. He's a very important figure in the middle of the park. Very important when PJ City are going forward, releasing counter-attacks. He's very good on the ball, got good vision.
Looking for ideal. Serginho clears. Leandro. Out to Kunalan. PJ City, the lowest scorers in the league, with just 20 goals in their matches so far. Johor, the highest scorers, 46. Driving through once again. Rajesh pulls it back. Washington. Washington Brando! Near post scores. And the shock is on. Oh, yes, indeed.
On the break again, PJ City finally getting that well-deserved goal. I think they've created the better chances, and they've created one here. Washington also creating for himself. Pedro Henrique. Helping them going forward. And Washington.
Main final, Perak versus Kedah, live on iFlix.
JDT look at themselves, very disappointed. But Washington will not be disappointed. Catches Faris Al-Malias at the near post. Great play from Rajesh on the right-hand side. First he beats Azrif, and Washington does the rest. Farisal probably will look at himself and say, could I have been in a better position?
Wow, just wow. 82 matches. That's how long the Johor's unbeaten league streak is. At home. 28 straight wins. They've got to turn this one round pretty quickly.
And PJ will just have to hope they can defend as they have the whole game so far. They haven't allowed JDT to get any clear-cut chances.
Leandro Velasquez. Kunalan. Safawi. Perhaps looked closer than it was, but it's the first time Safawi's gone in. Oh, my word. Goalkeeper goes down with mystery illness. That's dreadful. That is just dreadful. That really is awful.
Yeah, I'm just as frustrated as you are. I don't think there's been any collisions against him in the whole game. He's had the easiest half. He's just went down. It's about 25 minutes, 24 minutes to go. A bit early for this.
It's a stain. It's a stain on PJ. It happens so often in so many league games. Let's celebrate at the other end, though. Washington Brandao drives through and embarrasses Farizal at the near post.
You can just see Farizal in two minds, whether to cover the near post or expect a ball across the box.
And he gets up and takes a goal kick. Absolutely dreadful.
With his right foot, which he was holding.
Right, Hazwan Bakri being introduced into the fray by JDT. Coming on for Nazmi Faiz Mansour, who scored a stunning goal against Kuala Lumpur. Not unable to unlock the door this time, so it's an out-and-out centre forward. Cabrera. Hazel Ridwan. Ideal has to clear. Nonetheless, Syed Adni, gosh, we're 3/4 of the way, what could be the biggest shock of the season.
Absolutely. PJ said every player has worked their socks off. They've wanted it more than JDT today.
Hazel. Goal scorer right alongside him, Washington. Throw-in will go to PJ City. But this frustration has been building up from the very early stages. PJ laid out their stall as Washington wants the corner, gets the corner. Ibam Gum will wander over, curl this one in. Five up in the penalty area for this, including Serginho at the edge. He might break through. Gosh, it was Anas Ramat who wasn't far away. Bay will feed this one in once again. And Bay, diving header at the near post, and it had to be spectacular from Aidil Zafwan.
Initially, it was a great ball in from Bay. He looks at the near post. There's two players, Elizu and Anas. Important header away from Aidil.
Bay again comes out to Serginho, edge of the penalty area. PJ City without any pressure on them today. Results at the weekend said that they are safe despite their own defeat. But what a win this will be for them. Long way to go. 20 minutes still to play. That can be an eternity for Johor. That can be 4 goals. Rajesh down the line. Bay can't control. Ashraf can. Velasquez. Determined Velasquez. Diogo. He won't want to give up this unbeaten run. That's a fine tackle from Anas Ramat. Bibam Gun is down for the second time, but Anas finds Washington. Score of 1. Fancies another spectacular one. Flag stays down and then goes up against Washington Brandao.
Well, even though offside, smart finish there from Pedro. Yeah, it just comes off back to an onside position, but initially it was offside as the pass was played.
Safawi. Diogo. Oh, it might just break for Diogo. All he needs is half a chance. Perfect game plan thus far from PJ City. Kunalan. Nobody's been able to get round the back. Even Cabrera can't get involved. Been some disruption to the Johor team in the last few weekends as Farizal decides he wants to come out and play. Left-footed down the line. Lovely ball in the end to Cabrera, whose ankles are tapped. Referee deciding no advantage. Maybe the disruption has disrupted Johor. 1 or 2 players maybe not 100%. But no, not to take anything away from PJ City.
It's a brave performance from them.
Has one. Kunalan. Velasquez looks for Diogo over the top. Best chance of the game.
Great ball in here from Velasquez. Looks at the far post. Kalamula, no man's land. And Diogo can't get his header on target. Just look at the movement from Diogo. So quick. Tries to adjust his body.
Camarula's long ball. Diogo, great dribbling skills. What's Safawi got? Drags it back onto his left foot. Diogo, still Diogo! Fine save. Safawi, poured away by the goalkeeper. Is it one of those days? Bay into Serginho. Rajesh wins the throw-in, or does he? No, he doesn't. Change. Akir Rashid about to come on. And the man he's going to replace is Safai Rashid.
Also, Safawi today limited chances. Didn't have the ball too much, but that last chance he did create it for Diogo. And Diogo smartly puts it on his left foot, has a little bit of space, a little snapshot. Well saved from Kalamula.
Jumlah kehadiran pendukung di Stadium Tan Sri Dato' Haji Hassan Bebas Lakir pada malam ini 5,000.
Cabrera's ball fisted away by Camarula.
Terima kasih di atas.
Kunalan, 3 in the penalty area. Not a good cross. Had indeed gone out of play. And I'm sure in this last 20 minutes we'll see an increasing number of PJ players going down. Indeed, there's the first one.
You see him just hitting his calves. He has worked really hard today. I can say all the PJ boys have worked hard. Anas has done really well. Started the season before he signed with PJ City. Didn't have a club, was released by Negriso Milan. This is the chance. Good push away from Kalamula.
"13 minutes for Johor to rescue this long unbeaten run and this long winning streak at home." Ideal back to his goalkeeper Farizal. Kunalan. Stepping in is Serginho, who seems to be revelling in that central midfield spot. Pedro Enrique. Beaten to it by Kunalan. Diogo. Choppy stride. Cabrera. Faces Rajesh. Cabrera. Free kick right on the edge of the penalty area. P. Rajesh frustrated. Cabrera frustrated.
Just right on the line of the penalty box. You see Rajesh's foot after the tackle lands on the line.
There's been a number of free kicks from around this range, between this and 25 yards out. Only once, though, has the goalkeeper been properly tested, Camarola.
This is closer than the one that Cabrera hit.
Kunalan in the back of the net, pulling on the back of the net. Subramanian wants to come back on. I don't think he'll be allowed back on from there. Oh, he has been. Well, that's an interesting one. Oh, the goalkeeper won't have a clear view of this. Diogo and Leandro Velasquez taking responsibility. The wall edges forward. Diogo. Well, it hit a ruck of players. It could well have been a Johor player that blocked it before the goalkeeper, but it's a corner kick for JDT. Diogo's work rate throughout has been excellent. It's a nice ball in as well. Pulled back by Leandro Velasquez. Another corner for Johor. It's the 5th of this second half for them. Velasquez has one in the 6-yard box. He's got Fadley up there. He's got Ideal up there. And Haris Haram. But it's a poor corner from Leandro Velasquez. Oh, what a time to produce arguably his worst corner of the season.
Well, to be fair to him, he did slip right just before he kicked it. But, you know, you expect better from Leandro.
Subramaniam coming off. Nazrik Baharam A mid-season signing comes on.
This is another player I played with in Grisam Milan. Strong tackler. Just has to be careful, doesn't make too many rash challenges in this last 10 minutes. He is known for those rash challenges. Has a number of red cards in his career.
Feisty is the way you'd describe Nazarick.
Well, he doesn't give you any face. He gets in your face and lets you know he's there.
Lovely flick on by Washington. Pedro. Washington inside. Pedro. Serginho. Might break to Pedro Enrique. Farizal was brave. Ball's got to go out of the penalty area. Those rules not yet in play in Malaysian football.
It was a good chance for PJ City. It's one of the better chances where they did have more attackers than JDT defenders. I think they should have done better with the ball. Serginho took too long. Eventually was blocked.
3 times they've had the overload. As Aizal fouls Akia. Referee happy to let that one go. Diogo. Cabrera. Outside of him is Leandro Velasquez. Squared. Saved. Hazwan Bakri with the effort. Blocked by Camarula. Danger's not over. Harris closed down. Kunalan. Akia. Faced by Elizao. Kunalan. Akia onside. And pushed away. Another top draw save though by Camarula in the PJ City goal. Elizao does well. 7.5 minutes for Johor, plus whatever time. We've had substitutions, we've had the goal, we've had a number of stoppages. Akia, fabulous tackle from Anas Ramat. Not such a good tackle on the edge of the penalty area by Hazwan Bakri.
And this is a chance again. Good ball in from Leandro. Cuts it back. That's Hazwan Bakri with the chance. Great save from Kalamula. In the right position at the right time. It's always important for the goalkeeper to keep standing up. Make the striker think.
Goal kick as Washington can't make the most of it. There's more urgency now than from Johor than at any time in the game. Understandable. They've been singing throughout. They're still celebrating. The title's still won. But if you've gone at 82 matches unbeaten, you may as well make it 83.
Of course, even if it is a draw.
Diogo. Ooh, just pushed it too far. And then nearly suckered Elizao into the challenge. Akia. There are tired PJ City legs out there. Velasquez. And dropping on the ball. Let's see how long he stays down. Oh, not too bad.
Well, I don't mind once a goalkeeper gets the ball like this. He wastes his time. He's got 6 seconds.
And he used all 8 of them. Serginho. Played forward. The flag is up against the goal scorer in the 63rd minute. Washington Brandao. Asrif. After the game, we'll be having highlights and reaction from both camps. Andy Penders is our touchline reporter at the Larkin Stadium. And we'll have that unusual, possibly that unusual Possibility of a Johor defeat to talk about. They lost here in the FA Cup, so it's not unknown, but in the league...
Well, it all has to come to an end sooner or later.
Ideal. Baby on gun. Yeah, neat and tidy, the Korean. Hazel. He's earned the plaudits. Bay just round the corner, nicely done. Washington not happy that possession wasn't retained. Devon, he wants possession to be retained as well. Now, get back. Let's not give it away. Not after 86 minutes of perfect tactics. Perfect execution of tactics as well. Kunalam. Free kick once again, that time against Bay. Getting on with it quickly as Leandro Velasquez looks for Asrif. Helped in, belted clear. Kunalan's pace does well, keeps the ball in play. Harris Harron. Harris played in the last defeat for Johor at the Larkin in the league for the opposing side. Serginho wants the throw, he isn't getting it. Diogo loved his work ethic.
It's admiring now, even every single game, even if they're up 4-0, 5-0, he still gives the same work ethic. He's still running, he's still working for the team.
Nazrif, free kick. Rajesh again penalised, kicking the ball away from Pedro, who apologises for an indiscretion for the third time. Benjamin Mora agitated. Cabrera's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 red shirts to aim for. Harris and Ideal. And Fadley. Cabrera's ball in is dealt with by Anas Ramat. Not cleared. Second ball blocked by Serginho. Washington gets the flick. And that's Akir Rashid playing it right back. Anas again. Drives forward, goes down. Good strength, Anas. I like that. Anas and Asrif, long-time teammates for the Harry Mahmouda side.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a rash challenge from Asrif. Correct decision by the referee. Gives PJ City time to just relax.
88.5 minutes gone. Rajesh, decent ball in, dealt with by Kunalam. There's Velasquez. Well, didn't expect this tonight.
No, I thought it was on paper. This is going to be an easy game, just like JDT beat Kuala Lumpur 4-0. But the way PJ City came here, defended, the way they attacked as well. When they don't have the ball, they have everyone behind the ball. As soon as they get the ball again, they're all running forward straight away, sprints up forward. That's why you'll see a bit of cramps from the players.
Yes, this is no fluke. They've had great chances. They hit the post. They had 3 overlaps as Diogo buys the free kick off Anas Rama. Cleverly done. I don't like it. I don't agree with the decision, but it's superbly done by Diogo as he just held his leg out. I think Shazwan Andik is poised to come on. The left footer. 3 minutes added on, of which 30 seconds have been eaten up. Benjamin Moore not happy with the 3 minutes. Velasquez. There is Shazwan, who's on. Fadley leaps well, but can't get the ball back into play. 2 minutes remaining. PJ City chasing a second famous victory here at the Larkin. Once in the Malaysia Cup, maybe this one in the league. That will be a corner kick. Kay Devon, I think quite rightly, is just going to try to slow the tempo of the game down as Vinod prepares to come on.
This is just to put some protection for the back 5 when they defend. Vinod, we know we can run. It's a good, decent challenger.
Pedro Enrique, the man who's come off. Vinod straight back defending. Anas Ramat again. He has grown in this game. Shazwan. Over the keeper, over Diogo, over everybody.
Good ball in from Shazwan, just come on, puts a dangerous ball into the box where Kalamula has been having problems with crosses.
Oh dear. Diogo toe poked the ball at him, clear, and will pick up the yellow card for that. But I fully understand his frustration. Pedro Enrique, who was substituted.
And now the goalkeeper's back up, no problem.
It is a stain. We're beyond the 3 minutes added on. Washington's goal separates them. Johore's long unbeaten home record in the league could be about to come to an end. Lions 12, the last winners here at the Larkin.
Just look at PJ City, they're still pressing high. They want this win. They know they're causing JDT problems when they press.
Washington. He's not going anywhere but the corner flag. And PJ City have won at the Larkin Stadium. An 82-match unbeaten home record in the league is ended. An unbeaten record for the season is ended. PJ City players go to Kamarullah Al-Hafiz, their goalkeeper. They go to their 3 defenders. They hug each other. They kiss the turf, because this is a remarkable victory for PJ City. The only goal by Washington Brandao on 63 minutes. And it's a stunning result for PJ City. A numbing one for Johor.
Agree with you there, Des. PJ City throughout the game defended well. They knew they weren't going to have too much of the ball, but when they had their chances, they converted.
Finished here at the Larkin, remarkably. Johor Darul Taksim 0, PJ City 1. Highlights coming up from a remarkable match at the Larkin Stadium. Johor Darul Taksim's unbeaten record has lasted 20 games so far this season. But PJ City, from the very early moments, having chances. That's Washington Brandao can't convert at the far post. Efforts from Johor were long range and generally not on target. This is Diogo Santo, who was otherwise outstanding. And Leandro Velasquez trying to curl one into the top corner. Lovely shape on the ball from Leandro, who was busy as usual in midfield. Diogo just put off by the presence of Adil Rizwan. And defensively, PJ City were absolutely superb. You can see the 5 across the back there, all defending their zone, all doing a perfectly good job. And they hit the post at the other end as well. The header coming back from Pedro Enrique, and I'm sure as far as Farizal gets a little touch to push that onto the post. Haris Haram with a nifty little nutmeg, but that was one of the few highlights. As we see here, Barakuma drops one onto the floor in front of Farizal, and he grabs at the second attempt with Pedro trying to make his way into the goal. And these highlights are showing you that PJ City, although they had a defensive mindset on, did get bodies forward when there was an opportunity. After the free kick, they're the first ones to react. Into the second half, first half, much of the same. Nazmi Faiz Mansour firing wide from 30 metres. Good clean strike of the ball, but the fact he's shooting from 30 metres tells you the lack of penetration. Into the second half, Washington Brandao squares for Bay, who just can't control, maybe should go with the left, instead goes with the right, and you wondered if this would come back to bite PJ City on the backside. The answer is it didn't. They were able to create more chances, as that one is kicked away from Faris Al-Malias. Washington and Pedro really were a handful up front, with Bay getting up in support. Up at the other end, a fine save by Camarol Al-Hafiz to deny Gonzalo Cabrera. Fadli Shas firing wide from the rebound goalkeeper side, but he's not sure. He takes a step to his right before plunging to his left, and Fadli on his weaker left foot can't keep it in. Then the goal, 63 minutes. Washington Brandao surges past his man. I think it's Safari Rashid, is it? Sorry, Ashraf Nazrul Haki goes past and then embarrasses Farizal at his near post. It is a really fine strike from Washington, who has added some firepower since he came into the PJ side. Still 25 minutes for Johor to try to find an equaliser. Can't get one from Diogo, who, although he beats the goalkeeper, can't keep it under the crossbar. And then you wondered if this was really going to be PJ City's day, because they defended well, and then they started just to have one or two little slices of luck, which you need as soon as you possibly can. This is a Diogo effort that produces a really good save once again from Camarula, who didn't have numerous saves to make, but had 3 or 4 very difficult ones, of which that was one of the most spectacular. And then he paws away the cross when it comes in second time. There he is, low down to his left-hand side, but a clean sheet of the Larkin. Not many goalkeepers can claim that one on their CV. This an effort from Diogo that is blocked maybe by Harris. So many shirts in the penalty area, though, as PJ City decide, for 1-0 up, we're going to defend. And then another really good save to deny. Hazwan Bakri on as a substitute. Goalkeeper stands up big at his near post. And this is when I think PJ City really did believe that not only a point, but a win was on. Good forward movement. Nice ball back inside by Leandro. Hazwan can't beat the goalkeeper from inside the 6-yard box. And late on, Shazwan Zainon's ball comes in, beats everybody, including the goalkeeper. And that will be the last chance for the home side to defend an unbeaten home
Thanks
record in the
there,
league
with Coach
that
K. David
stretches
and
back
Oscar Washington.
82
First of all,
games.
well done for getting back to Johor from Kuala Lumpur.
Yes, yes. After the course, I think we took off to reach here. Then able to reach on time for the match. Yes, I was enjoying the match all 90 minutes.
You've done something very special here tonight.
Not very special. We played according to our game plan, and then the boys worked very hard. And of course, we defended very well throughout 90 minutes. And then we managed to create few chances, and then we able to score. I think this is one of the best performances so far this season from PJCT.
Thanks. So what did the coach tell you, Washington, before the game?
I think they thought we need to believe in ourselves, you know. Even Johor is good team, but in all these teams in the league, they are good. Even us, if we believe in each other, we can do this. It's like we show now. We have power to win against any team. But I know they are champion already. But it's still like this. If we work hard, then we can do.
It was about hard work today, wasn't it?
Back in?
It was about hard work. There was a lot of hard work.
Yeah. We worked throughout 90 minutes. Worked very, very hard, and then they stay very, stay disciplined. Of course, I should take this opportunity to thank my players and congratulate my players for staying very disciplined and working very hard 90 minutes. And then you can see the defending shape was very good. And we created, even though we came here and then we were defending, and then we created a few chances to score goal, and then we managed to score one, and then we won the match.
A couple of chances in the first half, bro.
Yeah. It's good. This is me. It's good things because we create the chance, you know. Even I miss few chances. My teammates miss few chances, but we create. That is important.
Super League, Malaysian Super League next season. But that obviously was a target at the beginning.
Yes, of course, we are newcomers to the Super League, and we wanted to maintain in the Super League. And of course, we have done that. And then today, I think one more victory for PJCT. I think very good victory for PJCT. And I think I'm happy with the performance. And then we focus on Malaysia Cup after this.
Don't downplay this. This is the JDT side that are unbeaten throughout the season. So this is a marvellous, as you did last year in the Malaysia Cup as well. How special is your striker here?
Yeah, of course, he's our main striker, and then he did very well today, and he had a couple of chances, but he managed to score one goal, and then that caused us to win the match. I think it is good, a memorable day for him, and then a good performance from him today.
But it's not just for me, it's for all my teammates, because if they don't do their job in the back, I cannot score. Then I want to thanks for all my teammates and for the management, the coach also for believing in us.
Brenda, well done. Coach K. David, well done. So two extremely happy players there, well, coach and player. Luciano joins us now. Coach, what went wrong?
Nothing. We lose the game. We couldn't play as we can, as we want. But it's okay. This is football, and this can happen. They did a great job. We couldn't do a good game, so we lose. Have to look forward.
What did you learn?
That against teams like this is difficult to play because we think that they will play sitting back and counter attacks, and sometimes they play like this, and sometimes they play good football. They create some goal situation against us, and this is football. Unlucky, we couldn't finish the league, finish the season unbeaten, but we were champion unbeaten also. So I'm happy with the team. This is just one game, and we have to see now how to play against Terengganu.
Yeah, how will you play? What will you be looking for?
Looking in our style and try to improve this game. And we have to see now in these days how to play, who is gonna play, and evaluate the players, how they are, if they are tired or not, because we play in 3 days again.
Do you tell them off Do you shout at them, or do you put your hand?
No. I will never shout them. I'm very proud of these players. They did a great job during the season. This is just one game. It's difficult because we are already champion. To play a game like this is very dangerous, and this can happen because we are more relaxed. Stadium not so full. We are already champion. They don't have anything to lose, and nothing. It's football.
It's football, and we enjoy it. Thank you very much. Good to see you. So, one extremely happy coach and player, one fairly philosophical Luciano Figueroa. Back to you, Des, in the commentary booth.
Great interviews, Andy. Good job. Yes, Luciano Figueroa. That's a really good response from Luciano Figueroa, because his side have just lost an unbeaten record and an 82-match unbeaten home league record side, Andy. It must sting.
Well, it'll sting, but I don't think they worry too much. They've won the league, as Luciano said, so sometimes these things can happen.
Elsewhere, Malacca won, PKNS won. Both of those teams well clear. Malacca, though, chasing a place in the top 4. That might hurt them further down the line. A top 4 place is a seeded place in the Malaysia Cup. Tomorrow, Stadium Darul Makmur, Pahang versus Feld United. Pahang looking for second place. Felda are in a 3-way scrap to avoid relegation. Here's the league standings. Johor Darul Taksim, after their first defeat of the season, still 15 points clear. As for PJ City, well, their reward is to move above PKNS into the top 8, and that is a second seeded place in the league. Tomorrow, Feld United, as we said, are in action. They can move out of the relegation zone if they can get a result against Pahang. Do hope you've enjoyed this historic victory for PJ City. From all of us here at the Larkin Stadium, we'll leave you with the best of the highlights from, wait for it, Johor Darul Taksim 0, PJ City 1.
Berjaya memakai kereta